The new Insta360 Go S3 and the new Insta360 X4. Both amazing action cameras, but in this day and age, if you're trying to create those viral videos, you really need both. The Insta360 Go 3S is the newest version of this small, compact vlogging style camera. This thing has flow state stabilization mode and horizon lock. It's got a 2.2-inch flip screen, touch screen right there for you to be able to do those vlogging style videos. You can take out the smaller camera and use the touch screen as a remote control to be able to frame your shots and get the perfect shot every single time. This thing's waterproof up to 10-meter depth, and it's got that awesome Insta360 AI powered editing. Now, we'll get to what's inside the box a little bit later and some amazing accessories that come with this. This thing is super lightweight and portable. It's got now up to 4K video, so that's the thing on this new Go 3S. It's got that higher resolution video. Hands-free POV, obviously, with those different accessories like the baseball mount clip. And of course, it's got that magnetic mounting system to be able to mount this thing anywhere you want. Now the Insta360 X4, on the other hand, is the new 8K 360 action camera, which means this camera gives you that full 360 degrees of video so you can recrop later and get some amazing shots. I've never owned a 360 camera, always wanted to, and this is really gonna help me take my videos to the next level. So you can see right there on the side of the box, it's got that 8K 360 degrees plus 5.7K 60 frame per second 360 degree video. And 8K, you may be thinking to yourself, Jared, do you really need 8K? But you have to think of this as more like two 4K cameras, giving you that full 360 degree point of view. So when you reframe your shot later in video editing, you still end up with that awesome 4K video footage we're all looking for. It's got the awesome invisible selfie stick where you can have that selfie stick, kind of put that thing out there, get just the right angle, and then it'll erase the selfie stick later, giving you that really cool perspective that you can only get with the 360 camera. This thing also features the active HDR video, which is supposed to give you that more real to life lighting and footage, and flow state stabilization with 360 degree horizon lock, which if you're into like action sports or anything with a lot of movement where you're kind of flying down the mountains or that kind of POV drone style footage, it allows you to lock off that horizon, making your footage look a lot better to those viewing it. Now this camera also features up to 72 megapixels of 360 degree photo. So reframing those photo clips, you're gonna get some awesome resolution to be able to crop in and get that thumbnail or just that photo you wanna get. This camera also has a single lens mode, 4K up to 60 frames per second. It's got removable lens guards, waterproof up to 10 meters or 33 feet, and of course that Insta360 AI powered editing. Now, I'll get to what's inside the box just a little bit later, but first, I really quickly want to look at some of the accessories I got for these two cameras, starting with the SD card. Of course, you're going to want to make sure you get the right SD card for these. With that 8K footage, you can see here I got the 256 gigabyte memory card, and this one was right from Insta360, so I know it's got all the right chip processing speed and everything for that 360 degree video. I do not recommend getting cheaper aftermarket SD cards. I've had a lot of issues with those kind of crashing or corrupting the footage, and there's nothing worse than getting done with a day's mission only to realize that all that footage you captured is ruined. Next, we got a couple accessories specifically for the Insta360 Go 3S. So you got the wind mic muff. So these cameras are not gonna have the best wind noise reduction, so having this little built-in muff that they already designed from Insta360 that's removable is amazing. Next up is the vertical and horizontal mount for the Insta360 Go S. When you disconnect that smaller camera, this is an easy way to be able to hook this thing up to a selfie stick or just mount it in other places to get those cool shots. And finally, for the Insta360 Go 3S, they do have protectors for that back screen. It's got a big back screen on this thing. If you're outdoors doing action camera photography and you're worried about dropping your camera and cracking that back lens, they have screen protectors right here made specifically for the Go 3 and the Go 3S. Now for the X4 over here, accessories that I got are lens guard covers. Definitely recommend a set of these. These are big fisheye lenses. You got two, one on each side of the camera. So these premium lens guard covers are gonna easily screw on there and protect your camera. When you're somebody like me that's getting outside, riding your mountain bike down a hill at fast speeds, definitely gonna want those lens guard covers. Next up, we got the vertical or horizontal mount. This is gonna give you one more way to mount that X4. X4 also has wind muff covers. I love that Insta360 created specific removable wind covers for their cameras. Amazing. With my GoPros in the past, I have to buy these kind of dead cats that I glue onto the camera aftermarket. They're always falling off, a total pain in the butt. So this is definitely gonna help for those action sports video creators like myself. Now, when you're storing your X4 away or for traveling, you got these extra lens cap covers right here. So those are kind of cool, just, you know, rubber covers that you put over the lens caps just to protect it for when you're storing this thing away in a bag or traveling with it. And last but definitely not least, you got the Insta360 invisible selfie stick right here. This is key and something you definitely need for Insta360 cameras to get that amazing invisible selfie stick footage that I've always wanted to be able to capture. Let's get these cameras unboxed. All right, starting with the Go 3S right here. So inside the box right there, when you open it, you can see the camera. Of course, you got the main camera body with that flip up lens right there. This Go 3S is amazing for those vlogging style videos when you want to have the camera out with that flip screen up, kind of being able to talk to the camera, talk to your audience. Also, this smaller little camera right here disconnects from the pod. You're able to throw this thing down, you know, get some cool little shots, put this thing down into some small little unique spots that you wouldn't be able to put a larger action camera. And that magnetic back on there means that you can go ahead and take this thing, throw it right on to any sort of magnetic surface and be able to still capture your footage and be able to see what you're filming on that action pod. Ugh, rest of my garage is a mess. All right, now also in the box, you're gonna get, of course, the charging cable that comes with this thing, the manual and the warranty information. It's gonna come with that pendant you can throw underneath your shirt and be able to magnetically connect that thing on there. It comes with this little stand right here. This has that sticky backing to it, so you can go ahead and stick this little stand down to like a table or anything like that, pull it back off, rewash that, keep the cap over it. So this allows you to kind of maybe set it up on your dash when you're driving or just get some more unique shots. And it's kind of cool that this camera already comes with some of those mounting accessories, unlike the GoPros or other things where you have to buy all the accessories separately. And this is one of the coolest accessories right here, is the baseball cap clip. Once again, camera magnetically connects in there, and then you get a baseball cap or basically anything with a visor, and you can go ahead and clip that camera right on there and be able to capture everything you're doing. And I've actually used this clip on my Go 3 in the past on mountain bike rides. Super strong, never came off even when I was bombing downhill. And what this allowed me to do was then go ahead and pull the camera back out of there if I needed to recharge it, or just to throw it on, do some vlogging style, you know, talking to the camera real quick, and then pull it back out of this action pod, throw it back up there. One thing you have to keep in mind, so only one side of this is magnetic, so you kind of have to put it in the right way. But once you do, snap it back in there and you're ready to start riding again. Now, what we've all been waiting for, the X4 I've always wanted a 360 camera. I've seen so many cool clips of people like getting like the back end of their bike tire, or just, you know, different cool unique perspectives with these action cameras. You can see right there inside the box you got the action camera itself. Of course, you know, it comes with the lenses all protected right there. I'm gonna throw the lens covers on here, and then it's got a nice big touchscreen on this thing. On the side right here you can see the door that opens up for that USB-C charging. Doors feel nice and sturdy. They're actually removable as well if you want to do that. I'll probably keep those doors on there. So you got mics on both sides right there that I'll put those wind muffs on. And then right here, got the battery door. Looks like maybe you squeeze both sides. Ooh, that's pretty satisfying. That's kind of cool. Squeeze both sides like this. Battery pops out, clicks back in, nice and smooth. And of course you got the power button and the quick action button on the side right there. Now additionally, inside the box, got this little Think Bold box right here that has this little nice zipper pouch. So that's kind of cool. Inside this pouch, you've got the USB-C cable for charging this thing. You've got a microfiber cloth, which you're definitely gonna want for those fisheye style lenses. And then you've got the thermo grip cover. So with this being 8K resolution that you're shooting through this thing, the camera's probably gonna get hot, especially if you're outside on a nice hot day and you're filming in 8K resolution for a while. That's a lot of power, a lot of processing going through this camera. So they got this little mount right here to keep the camera cool in case you're holding it in your hand. For me, I'll mostly be wearing this thing like on a chest mount or on a chin mount, bombing down the trails with lots of wind coming over it. So I don't think it'll get that hot, but we'll see, and I'll definitely do future follow-up videos on the X4 to test that out for you guys. And the only other things we got in the box is just like some basic little manuals that kind of come with this thing. How-to instructions that we kind of already figured out is pretty user-friendly. And then, oh, that's cool. So I got additional lens guard covers, but this camera already came with some of these lens guards. So awesome. I got extra ones. Now, you know, I bought that or got that other set, which I'm sure I'm going to need. Let's test these things out real quick. Okay, so you can see kind of like the notches on the side. Is this GoPro on? Yeah. You can see the notches right there and then the notches on the lens. So it looks like you just line up those notches. Let's see how this all fits into the case. So you got the action camera right there with the lens covers on it. Looks like there's some additional little pouches right here for like SD cards or anything like that. Does this fit with the thermo grip on it? Little microfiber cloth in there and additional charging cable in there. Looks like you can make it fit. All right, let's see if this thing powers on right out of the box. All right, so out of the box, this thing's powering up. It's got enough battery life for us to kind of walk through some stuff real quick. And then of course it wants you to have the Insta360 app downloaded on your phone. This is going to be key to editing with these cameras and being able to set them up. Okay, got that firmware updated. You can see you swipe down to get to a whole bunch of settings right there on the camera. You can swipe sideways. That's going to get you to your different video settings, the color modes, auto or manual color adjustments. Swipe up right there. You can see this thing has that 8K, 5.7K, 5.7K or 5.7K plus 5.7K 4K resolution depending on what you're trying to film. Within the 8K you got a frame rate of 30, 25 or 24. If you want a higher frame rate for like that slow motion footage, then it looks like you got to go down to 5.7K to get that 60 frames per second, and 4K if you want to get that 100 frames per second nice cool slow-mo footage. And then you can see right there, you swipe to the left, there's nothing currently there, but if I swiped that way, that's when it would bring up the additional footage I have. And it's telling me right there, no SD card in. So let's go ahead, power this thing off, open that satisfying click of a battery door, and then insert that Insta360 SD card. And you can see right there inside of that battery door is where you insert that SD card. Clicks right in there, battery goes back in, and you're ready to start filming. So that's the X4 and the Insta360 Go 3S. But in this day and age, like I said, you really need both. Attention spans are so short and content these days is getting so good that you have to have every unique camera angle to keep people engaged. That 360 footage is gonna give you those super cool angles that you can only get with the 360 camera. The Go 3 with that compact size is gonna allow you to capture video that you only can with the Insta360 Go 3 or Go 3S. That flip up screen allows you to get those easy vlogging shots, capture those actions and that story in the moment. And I truly think that both of these are gonna help me step my game up to the next level, start creating better content for you guys. But I don't know, leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think. X4, 360 Go 3S, which one would you choose? Are you like me? Are you gonna choose both?